Hello everybody on this warm Monday evening. It's currently 5:35 p.m. Let's go ahead and start with the new forecast discussion, some of the newest information. Of course, it was sent out at around noon today. Just been really busy, hadn't had time to get it up, but gonna make some time now. Let's start out. Go ahead and look at our station out there. Very warm outside. Let's just put it that way. It is a very, very warm day out there. 76 degrees in Crossville. We'll move on over here to Albertville at 78, 77 and 78, almost 80 in some spots out there. It's just a warm day. Some areas actually are at 80 near Guntersville. Almost 80, looking like Section. Looks like they're close to 75 degrees. And yeah, it's even 81 in some spots. Near Hollywood, 81 degrees. The wind, it is a bit breezy out there. We've had some pretty high gusts at times. I think our highest gust at our station is 10 miles per hour. However, up in the higher elevations around Hollywood, 21 miles per hour. That's up on the mountain, so they're a lot higher up here. 24 miles per hour here around Langston. Again, they are a lot higher up than we are, but it's definitely been a little bit of a breezy day out there. Haven't had any rainfall yet, but that will change. So let's take a look at the radar. Clear scan. Tornado watch further to the northwest, but as far as our area goes, nothing showing up on radar at this time, but that will change. We'll have a look at the models together. Looking at our cameras outside, let's go ahead and try to bring that up. It was up, but I guess it decided it would go down. Let me see if I can figure out what is going on with that. Be nice to have a stream one time and everything work. There we go. It's looking pretty good out there across the area. Just pretty much sunny. A few little clouds out there. No big deal at the moment. Forecast information. Let's get a little bit more into this forecast here. So let's look at the information. Tonight into Tuesday morning, a few severe storms may hit portions of northwest Alabama during the 8 to 11 p.m. time frame this evening, with the potential for all modes of severe weather. Low confidence in that. A line of strong to severe thunderstorms moves northwest to southeast across the area after midnight, bringing a low to medium threat for damaging winds, as well as a low threat of a tornado and hail. Higher confidence in severe storms will be in northwest Alabama. Tuesday evening to Tuesday night, low to medium chances for strong to severe storms starting Tuesday evening, bringing a medium threat for damaging winds, as well as a low to medium threat of a tornado. Hail, confidence in both timing and intensity remain low. So basically stay weather aware and check back for updates as we refine the forecast. So let's move a little bit ahead and look at the outlooks. So there's our Storm Prediction Center outlook for tonight into Tuesday morning. So primary threats, and that's medium, that's in the middle, so definitely going to be some damaging wind gusts of 60 miles per hour or greater. That's possible. A tornado or two, that's a lower threat. Hail, 1 inch in diameter, lower threat. Again, best threat along to the west of I-65, which would be northwest Alabama around Florence, Russellville areas. That's the best area for severe weather. The highest threat. Most likely 11 p.m. tonight to 6 a.m. Tuesday, so make sure you got multiple ways to receive warnings. And we're not done yet, but we will look at the timing before we move forward to our next round of storms. Tonight into Tuesday looks like around northwest Alabama, they're watching for storms that could develop between 8 and 11 o'clock in northwest Alabama. Likeliest timing for Florence, Russellville will be 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. along I-65, Huntsville areas, Coleman, Fayetteville, Tennessee, 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. in northeast Alabama, around DeKalb, Jackson, Marshall, and anywhere around 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Again, lower threat. Not as worried with this threat here as we are the next one, which we're going to look at here. Storm Prediction Center puts out a level 2 slight risk all of North Alabama as we go on into Tuesday evening into Tuesday night. So, confidence level almost high on gusts 60 miles per hour or greater. It does look like a damaging wind threat. A tornado or two, that threat is elevated as well. Hail threat, 1 inch in diameter, elevated as well. We'll need to watch that. I would not be surprised to see an enhanced risk brought further to the west of us. We'll watch that. Again, that's nothing being talked about at the moment, but that's just my guess, possibility that we could see a enhanced risk in the western portions of Alabama. But right now, that's not the case. So let's not focus on what may happen. Let's focus on what we know right now. Most likely 7 p.m. Tuesday to 3 a.m. Wednesday. So let's look at the timing on this. This is our next round of storms around, looks like 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Florence and Russellville, going to be late again. Northwest Alabama along I-65, Huntsville, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then Northeast Alabama, 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. So it's going to be later on again. So let's actually review the computer models together. And I haven't done that yet. So we're going to take our time here, bear with me, and we're going to look at the models because I haven't looked at them, honestly. Like, this is the first time I've looked at them. So let's actually see together what's going to be going on. So we're looking at the precipitation right now. I need to bring that up a little bit. So let me see if I can bring it up. 1 kg brings up the quality a little bit better. So let's run that through. Make sure y'all are seeing it as well as I am. So it looks good. Let me look through this a little bit. So it looks like our first batch of some showers gets in here. Let me back it up. This timing's a little bit strange here. So that is actually looks like 6 o'clock. I got some storms out to the west. So that's at 6 o'clock tonight. So we're already getting there almost. So it looks like around 6 o'clock, some storms in northwest Alabama. Possibly. That's not a guarantee. Possibly some storms developing in northwest Alabama. And looks like our first little batch of storms actually gets here around 2 a.m. tonight. Maybe some developing before then, but first little batch of storms gets in here around 2 a.m. tonight. We'll move it on forward a little bit more. Another line that moves on through around 6 a.m. in the morning. So there is our first round of severe weather moving on through. Here comes our second batch of severe weather. Now this one we're really going to have to watch. I can already tell you by the way that looks, I don't like it. It looks like a snake. It's got a lot of points of concern. These are damaging straight line winds, and when you get these breaks in the line, like right in here, you got winds, bowing out way ahead of the line, and then you got these storms bowing out, going southeast, and you got these moving east-northeast. You can get a tornado in there, so we're going to really watch that. Now that is, again, in the prime area, a little bit better off to the west, but it looks like it may weaken just a bit as it moves along I-65. Looks like a severe threat to the south with some of that bowing out, some damaging winds, but cannot rule out a supercell or two in this as it moves through. Let's back it up and look at timing again because I got off track there. Looks like it moves into northwest Alabama. The first batch of that system around 6 o'clock on Tuesday. So moving forward a little bit, 01, that would be around 7 o'clock. Tuesday evening. Let me make sure I'm telling you right here because this time's a little bit strange. Yes, that is correct. Looks like we get some showers of storms in northeast Alabama around 7 o'clock. Moving on through, some embedded storms. Could be some supercells. There will be some heavy rainfall. But looks like the main line actually gets in here in northeast Alabama around 10 o'clock Tuesday night. Let's move it on forward. And lots of rain with this system. So, and we also have a lot more to discuss, so don't go anywhere. We're just getting into this, so I want to look at some stuff, and we'll take a look at the tornado perimeter for our area, see what it shows, make sure it looks good on your end, and it does. Okay, let's run back through this again. So, really significant threat of severe weather out west today. PDS tornado watch is in effect for areas to the northwest. When you see this, it's going to be rough out there. Western Tennessee, west of Tennessee, it's going to be bad. Even into Illinois, it's going to be really bad out there. That is not a good sounding that you want to see when we're talking tornadoes. That's on the upper end of things. So they're going to see possibly some nasty tornadoes out there. Tornado watch PDS, which is pretty rare. Not issued very much, particularly dangerous situation. Tornado watch issued out to the west there. Let's move that forward though, and as you can see, that energy does not want to come into our area with this system tonight. Now there will be a low threat. As you can see, these lighter colors almost looks like clouds. That's very low energy for a supercell tornado rotation. That's very low, so not entirely concerned with it. A very low tornado threat. Looks more like possibly some high gusty winds, heavy rain overnight. Let's move it forward to our next storm system. This one we will have to watch a little bit more. Now this is our next system. It's not terrible, okay? It's really not. but there's some energy there. We will have to keep an eye on that. There could be a few little tornadoes, but it's not crazy at this point, which is good news. Let's look at the supercell composite again. A mess out to the west, that's for sure. Really big mess out there supercell wise. Let's move this forward. Okay, so there is a little bit of energy in place that some of these storms could be strong to severe. That's what this is saying. Supercell composite pretty much giving us an idea of that. So we could have a few storms that could become severe. Best energy out west, out in Mississippi. We'll move it forward to our next round of storms. And the models are a little uncertain at this point, that far out, but it does look like there will be energy in North Alabama. Could be some supercells. So we will say that. It's not on the high threat. It's looking more like damaging winds with a lower threat of a tornado, lower threat of hail, but there will be a threat of some hail as well. So let's move further out, and we're actually going to look at the climate, because this is something I need to discuss with everybody, something that I have actually just spotted. So we're through with that. Let's move on. Look at the climate. Look at our temperatures and stuff. And I think I clicked on the wrong thing. I did. Sorry about that. That was my fault there. So let's run it forward and see what happens here. Now this is going to get interesting as we get towards Saturday. I don't even know if these models run out that far. They actually do. Okay, so I'm going to have to run it through the GFS. Give me just a second. We're going to go through the GFS because the European's not quite that far out yet. So let's move it. Look at that. Now, this is what I'm talking about for the weekend. Another strong cold front comes in by the weekend, so it's going to be cooler. Look at that. So we are backing up a little bit. We're highs almost in the 70s on Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, pretty warm, cooling off a little bit Thursday. Friday, we get back in the 70s, and then look at this. As we go into Saturday, just bam, cooler air moves in from the west. Get down into the lower 50s overnight, maybe 40s. We actually do get into the 40s later overnight. Look at that, into the 30s almost by Sunday. So a big cold front on the way. I know that is absolutely crazy for this time of year. It's not going to feel like it should this time of year. Let's just put it that way. Definitely not. And the Climate Prediction Center pretty much says the same thing. So that being said, just wanted to go through all that with everybody. I know it was a lot of information to process, but we needed to go through it. So now that we got that done, there is a threat of severe weather. Make sure you stay weather aware both days. Now, I'm thinking that there probably will be an upgrade to a enhanced risk further west. I don't think it'll come over here, but maybe further west. Then again, it may not. That's just my thinking based on the model outlooks. May or may not happen. Let's say that. So it could do anything within the next 24 hours. We'll keep an eye on it and watch it, though. But again, thanks for watching, everybody. We're going to get ready to wrap it up here with our sponsors, Mr. Dylan Snyder and Alabama Living Real Estate. For all your real estate needs, you can give him a call at 256-979-4330. And also give him a like on Facebook. And also RKG Automotive Group, if you're looking for your new dream car. I still love that car every time I see it. I know it's gone. 256-323-7323. Give them a check them out on Facebook and give them a like. And our last sponsor will be Shappy Land Maintenance. If you need your lawn mowed, weed eated, maybe some pressure washing, who knows, excavation services maybe. Give them a call there at 256-601-2608 and check them out on Facebook. And we'll get ready to wrap it up. Let's take a look at our tower cams before I do answer any questions. I would like to look because we do have some new cameras. So let me close some of this out. Get back to our cameras here. So nice view. Let's look to the northwest. Move on to the northwest. Have a look there. Nice day. I mean, really, it's humid out. Humidity is almost 80%, so it is humid out. Let's move on to Boaz. Have a look at their cameras. And again, go check out Sound Mountain Weather Center too. They're partnering with us, so we're both doing the same thing here, trying to keep everybody safe and updated. Looking at Boaz, looks nice, a little breezy out. Got some mess going on in my chat. I'll have to deal with that here in just a little bit, but that's all right. Kilpatrick, a little breezy, some sun. Sun's about to go down here in a little bit. Now here's our newest camera. I don't remember where this camera's at, but he told me. I just don't remember it. But another little camera. That's our newest edition, newest camera right there. So getting plenty of cameras up. If you have a place that you wouldn't mind just putting a camera up, you can get with me. Again, it's been a little hectic, so give me some time to get with everybody. Let's look at chat and get ready to get out of here. John and Donna Harris, hello. Sorry, I lost my voice there. Sorry. Hello. Good to see you on there. Thomas Clance, hello. We're not active yet. We're officially waiting on the word from the National Weather Service Huntsville. They haven't activated us yet, but I got a feeling we will be. I'm going to probably go ahead and self-activate tonight, depending. We'll watch and see what exactly happens. But, you know, we are not active yet that I'm aware of. Pam Collins, hello. Thanks for watching. Adam Carter. Kristen Hatley, good evening. I'm not sure what time we will go active. That'll be up to the Weather Service office. But again, I may go ahead and activate our guys just because. Alright, Brandy, I will be glad to do that for you. And I forgot, today is April 27th, the anniversary of the worst day that I can remember. Yeah, if anyone has any stories before I go ahead and get out of here, I mean, I would be happy to read your story. If you have a story you want to share, I mean, I've got some time, so we don't have to end this yet. I'll be glad to read the stories on here. Oh, Lord. Sorry, just trying to read through here. Let's see. So I actually do have a story I'm going to read to everybody as best as I possibly can read it, because it's really hard to see it. Brandy, I know this is asking for a lot, but I can only read some of this. The top I can't really read because it's blurred. Okay, so this is Brandy's story, and I'm going to read it as best I can. Let me get this noise from the tower cam in the background off. Give me just a second. You know, let's just look at the cameras outside while I read these stories. It's better than reading, looking at all that. Let me turn this sound off just a little bit, so we're not hearing all that wind in there. So we'll just take a look at the cameras while I read these out. If anybody's got a story you want to share, feel free, jump on, send it. I'll be glad to read it. So this is from Brandy. She says she had to reschedule her son's appointment, I'm going to say. And I'm trying to read it as best I can. So I'm going to have to move forward a little bit. I'm sorry, I just can't see the rest of it. It says on the next day on April 28, 2011, I think she meant, okay, her son just turned 6 months old. He done really good. Before he slept through everything, his dad took us on a drive. Sit through Arab, and as soon as I saw the jet pep was gone. I told him to stop. Started to cry because jet pep was gone. Then we went back to Arab, and we turned on Ruth Road, and the Ruth trailer park was gone. So yeah, this I had to skip a little bit of this so I couldn't read it, so sorry. Trailer park was gone as well. We went back to the apartment. After that day, I've always wanted to be a part of a storm team, and thank you, Lord, for letting me be a huge part of the Cobb County Severe Weather Team. Sincerely, Station 26, Brandy Elrod. Well, thank you for that story, and I'm sorry I couldn't read the top part of it, but I read it the best I could. Thank you so much for being a part of it. April 27, 2011. Let's talk about that. So, at that point, we had the page up, but we didn't have any equipment, and I didn't have really a clue about any of it like I do now. So let's go ahead and get on with the story. My story is I was sitting in Lakeview, looking off to the northeast, watching the supercell develop, and again, it is one of the fastest developing supercells that I've ever seen, which it was already a supercell, but it was rotating, just huge wall cloud. Here's the thing, most of the time you sit and watch a wall cloud, it rotates, big deal. No big deal, it just rotates, never does nothing. This wall cloud developed, and a few seconds later, we're not talking a little tornado. I mean, usually you see a little funnel coming down. No, there was no little funnel with this one at all. This sucker turned into a monster within seconds. Like, there's the wall cloud, there's the tornado. We got a problem. Bam. It just come together. Just like that. I was south of it, looking northeast, watched it as it came across, as it went all the way through into Rainsville. Until that day, I have never heard a roar like that, and I have never seen a tornado develop that quick. Basically, it happened so quick that if you would have moments, maybe seconds, if it developed on top of you, you're gone. I mean, that's how quick. There would be no warning with it, really, but thankfully there was warnings on it that day. Lots of warnings. Meteorologist James Spann, Jason Simpson, there's lots of meteorologists on this storm tornado, but as it moved further to the northeast, still till this day, I can remember what that tornado looked like. I can remember buildings being picked up, debris, just stuff being picked up in the air. I can still see it in the back of my mind, what it looked like. So I've still got that picture in my mind, and it looks like a scene from Twister, honestly, when they're chasing the EF5. Jonas drives into it. You got, a big antenna goes through the windshield. That's kind of in my mind what it looked like. But of course, it wasn't a vehicle, it was actual buildings. So yeah, it was just an unbelievable day. And when it went through Rainsville, of course, it was moving very quick. So you have seconds to get underground. This thing was moving really fast. But still till that day, that's the biggest and fastest developing tornado that I've ever seen. And so far, it's been the only one I've ever seen. And I can do without seeing an F5 again. But the damage it did was unbelievable. You need to research this. If you have not researched the Rainsville EF5, there was not a lot of talk about this tornado. It was kind of, honestly, in my opinion, shoveled under the rug. Not a lot of people talked about it. But this tornado was one of the stronger ones that day, and not a lot of people know that, but go research the research that was done on the Rainsville EF5. You can check it out on YouTube, and actually research how powerful it was. People don't realize it, but we had one of the powerfulest tornadoes in the area, in this area, possibly history-wise. That tornado broke records that day. The Rainsville EF5 was much worse than people think. It actually pulled pavement up. It pulled storm shelters' tops off. It literally pulled the tops off of storm shelters. It pulled a huge vault out of the basement of a home and just leveled it. So we're talking, this tornado was a lot worse than DeKalb County people think. We're talking possibly one of the strongest tornadoes in history came right through our area, and we was watching it unknowingly. One of the strongest tornadoes, one of the strongest. Go check it out if you haven't. So I'm going to quit my chatting here. Let's take a look and see what else, if anybody else says anything here. But I really recommend you guys go look it up if you haven't. Go on YouTube, watch the research, the scientific research done on that tornado. You need to know, if you don't know, that was one of the powerfulest tornadoes that we've ever seen. So far, still very powerful. Wesley, I got you here. Watched one go over my house early that morning, one of the first ones to hit a sad day, and I remember that morning. Yes, that morning was chaotic as well. Very chaotic morning. Tornadoes, damage everywhere, and it became sunny like what we're seeing right now, honestly. Like, it looked like this. A lot like this. It felt a lot like this. The wind was not quite as powerful as it is right now, but it did feel a lot like this. And then we had the sunshine like this. It was, sunny. It became sunny. Just the eerie feeling. It was calm. Just the eerie feeling in the air. You knew something was coming, but never would have thought it would have been something that bad. So I would share the video on here, but I'll get copyright strike. So you guys check it out if you hadn't already. Well, all right, everybody. Thanks for listening. I usually don't ramble on, but it is April 27th, 2011 anniversary. So, again, to all those that did die that day, we'll have a moment of silence here before I get off of here, but for those people. So y'all be safe. We're not looking at nothing like that as we go on into tonight and tomorrow, but we are in peak tornado season, so we will be watching it. Things can change very quickly in 24 hours. Keep that in mind. Stay weather aware. God bless. Have a great evening. Thank y'all so much. We'll have a moment of silence for those that did lose their lives on April 27, 2011. Be blessed. We'll see you on the next update. Thank you, each and every one of you. I appreciate you.